All right, it's Red Thread time. Impromptu episode in the seedy brothel that Jordan's brought me to. Thank you very much yet again for spoiling me
You're welcome.
on our many adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I took you to China and you took me to a fuck house, which I believe is the correct terminology.
And your problem is, I'm doing you a favour.
I would have preferred.
And this is how you repay me? By calling it by its derelict name. I prefer the place fuck den. Thank you. And I think it's more befitting of that.
It's certainly
Jackson
more...
decided to put on a red light because he thought that would signify red thread, and I suppose it does.
It does.
But traditionally, it really does signify red light district, doesn't it?
It's all representative of the show.
Yes. This is Jackson and Jordan's sex tourism across the world, where we rank all of the brothels in all of the cheapest countries on earth.
And in this episode of our
Estonia,
in our brothel series,
yes, Afroman. That's right.
We're talking about the biggest pimp and player of them all.
Yep, the man
Afroman.
whose head looks like pubes.
This one is an exciting one because Kira, our research assistant and the person who makes all of the show possible, decided that this was what we were going to talk about this week. She was very passionate about it, and I've never been more demasculated every time she got in bed and started talking about a big, strong African-American man to me.
Okay, that is
Can
pathetic.
you unpack that for me?
You feel mogged by Afroman. I'm pretty sure Afroman is a senior citizen, isn't he?
I saw
a fat senior citizen too. Like he should be on a disabled scooter.
Yeah, but he's impressive in his own right.
Because of his afro, or the fact that he wears an American suit, or is that what you? Just like superheroes.
The raw national, just like superheroes.
The world's most disabled superhero.
All right, so do we need to introduce who Afroman is?
Oh yes, everyone remembered Afroman.
Who could forget Afroman? Certainly not Kira. Even if you think you haven't heard of him, you probably have deep down inside your spirit. That's down there. That's where the Afroman belongs.
This is where the solar plexus is? Okay.
Afroman is a spiritual entity. He exists in one, and he exists in all. A dormant flicker of the indomitable willpower that can only exist of humanity. That's beautiful, Kira. Thank you for that. You've made me feel even more demasculated. See how passionate she writes about Afroman?
He's not really described. If that was the first time I'd ever heard of Afroman, I would imagine that he's a ghost. He's dead. Like he doesn't. Do we need to introduce
Is he real?
Yeah.
we should have brought with us a Ouija board and tried to communicate with Afroman.
Afroman, see if he picks up.
Yeah. I would like to see a Ouija board like rap at us. That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Too bad he's alive. I'm very sad that this man is alive.
One day
unfortunately.
That will change.
Yeah.
And then we will pounce. Joseph Edgar Foreman, who's that? Known publicly as Afroman, is an American singer.
I cannot believe it.
And rapper, in truth. Yeah, I can see why you went with Afroman. Joseph Edgar Foreman is a very generic name. Not impressed.
What do you mean you're not impressed by that?
It's just very generic.
Sounds like he invented like the Hubble scope or something.
Yeah,
some sort of contraption that's like halfway between a helicopter and a bird.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's generic sounding.
Okay, so because he sounds like a pioneering scientist of the 19th century, you're not impressed.
Yeah, maybe.
And you're impressed by Afroman. That's very cool, is it, Jackson?
Lil Foreman or something like that. I'd fuck with that. He was known for his famous Grammy-nominated song Because I Got High from the long-forgotten year of 2000, and it's seen by many as a classic song worthy of high praise and spirited celebration. Now, where does your spirit live again? I want to see that you're learning.
Oh, no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Right here.
Yeah, too low.
My second penis. Right in the middle there. Easy access, ladies.
Good, you are learning. To get to Jordan's penis, you have to go through his spirit first.
You have to go through my spirit. I'm really sorry about that detour. It's very complicated.
Yeah, so this song, Because I Got High, it was from Silent J, right? Or whatever it's called. That stoner movie back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Is that how it got big?
I think that's how it got big.
Because once it got big, I thought that this is the end. There was two songs back then. Wheatus and Because I Got High.
Mm-hmm.
That were on the charts seemingly because we were about, I don't know, 8 or something when it was out, or 10.
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed to just keep being there. And it was like, oh, okay, this is just how charts work. They just come up with the best songs of all time, and there they are.
So I was a bit too young to be listening to songs about illegal narcotics. So
But how could you not? It was on the radio all the time.
I refused to listen out of hatred of weed.
Oh, okay, right.
Because I knew the
Because
way that it was
your
trending.
dad was Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew.
No. Radio is for adults. Yeah. Throughout this time period, after the time period when Because I Got High was famous, now referred to as Post Because I Got High, aka in recent years, however, Afroman has chosen to keep a relatively low profile, perhaps due to the power exhausted in creating Because I Got High. He intended to lay dormant like a bear might. Still, though, unwilling to deny the rest of humanity his gift, Afroman still opted to release some independent music during this time of low activity, and he was still actively performing at clubs. So he did the thing that all like one-hit wonders do, basically. Like they release a few spatterings of songs and albums that don't even chart really, and then just spend the rest of the time going around from seedy brothel to seedy brothel performing for 20 to 100 people.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
You wouldn't know.
I mean, look, I'm right around the corner, but there was a point in my career where I was performing in Bathurst, and I was like, wow, I've made it. This is the peak of Australian comedy where you can tour towns that no one's ever heard of, right? But in that same venue was Sean Kingston the next week.
No way.
That's how sad is that?
Yeah, that's
sad.
Yeah,
don't
when
you reckon?
You get to American heights, you expect...
But not like global.
Yeah.
Global. Like, I mean, everyone knows who Sean Kingston is,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he's performing in Bathurst.
Yeah, that's sad. Are you sure it wasn't like a tribute band or something? It was.
I don't think anyone's paying tribute to Sean Kingston. I don't think he's our generation.
Well, if they're
Michael
not, they
Jackson.
should. And in Bathurst, specifically. The town of Sean Kingston.
Yes, okay, it was a tribute band, and Afroman was in that tribute band.
Yeah, but basically what you were saying, like, it's not sad when you play in Bathurst, when you do your comedy in Bathurst, because you're not.
No, that's like where I am to be expected, don't you think?
That's where you belong.
That's my station in life.
Yeah. What would be sad for you then?
Me?
Yeah. Nothing really.
Oh, well, my current life is sad. Rest assured, it is very, very sad. But like, all I'm saying is Sean Kingston's is sadder.
Because the higher you go, the more distance there is to fall, unfortunately.
You can't. Just don't go to Bathurst. If you're Sean Kingston,
it can't be
don't
worth
go
it.
back.
It can't be worth it. Surely Sean Kingston has so much money coming in from like royalties and shit. Surely.
Maybe he just likes the club. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Because that seems like what Afroman's doing, except for the American version of that.
Is he doing the thing that Adam Sandler does? You know how he takes all of his friends to different holiday destinations and then shoots a movie out of there so that, you can write it off? But who's going to
Bathurst? But I don't think, it doesn't seem like the number one holiday destination, does it? Unless he's really into super VA.
I was going to say maybe he went to Mount Panorama.
Well, maybe. That actually could explain why he was there, but it also, this needs another explanation.
Actually, yeah, no, Bathurst is actually one of our most well-known cities in the country, surely.
Is it?
Probably, like in terms of international knowledge of it.
Well, okay, that's what I was wondering, because you're a car man. Does anyone know about the Bathurst 1000? Yeah,
I think it is like our most famous.
Yeah, it's ours, but is it Sean Kingston famous? Does he deserve
Evidently, he's there, so yes.
Yeah, but we have just deduced that he was there for that and not because he has what is probably more likely, which is a drug addiction and needs money.
It's pure desperation. The fast cars were just a nice side bonus.
Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know what was happening, like right behind him while he was blowing.
He's just on the track driving drunk after the gig.
No, it was like the cocaine was so poorly cut that it going into his nose drowned out the V8 engines.
We may not know how long he would have stayed in this self-imposed hibernation because a particular event in the past few years has now thrust the venerable lion of rap back into the spotlight. Is he... I mean, I guess it counts as rap, right? It's more like hip-hop.
Yeah, it's slow motion rap.
I don't know. Last time I talked about this, I got shit from the audience about not knowing culture.
What rap is.
Yeah. So, which fair enough, by the way.
That's right. I think that we were describing a country music song from memory, but
yeah. Absolutely fair.
I stand by there's no difference between country and western and rap.
Okay, we'll move on from there. Now that you've clicked off. So because a particular event in the past few years has now thrust the venerable lion of rap back into the spotlight, and once in said spotlight, Afroman was able to reach new heights even cultured academics thought impossible for one man to reach. However, this is truly the logical outcome because a lion can only be caged for so long, and age doesn't prohibit someone of Afroman's caliber for anything. In fact, it may even make him stronger. What did Afroman do in this situation? Like, go supernova? What are we talking about here?
I don't know.
For as one may know, the lion may lose his teeth,
But the hunger remains.
Incredible. Incredible stuff. How did this news...
Okay, Afroman's metaphor is like a lion that is dying.
But he's still hungry. I think it was said as a compliment, but it doesn't sound like one.
It sounds like he's terminally ill.
Maybe that's what we're talking about.
Here's my glowing rendition of Afroman. That's a wig. He has leukemia.
It'd be so fucked up if we found out that Afroman's afro was fake the entire time.
It has to be fake at this point. There's no way he's keeping it at that age.
So, how did this new saga all begin, though? Well, let's buckle in and find out. Back in August of 2022, the Adams County Sheriff's Office in Ohio, where Afroman resides, executed a warrant to raid Afroman's premises. Police were permitted to search the home, all outbuildings, storage containers, curtilage.
What the hell is curtilage?
It's like the stuff your nose is made out of.
That's cartilage.
Are you sure it wasn't just a typo then? What the fuck is curtilage? Curtilage. Curtilage. Kira?
How's it spelled?
It's all right. I can define it here.
Curtains, maybe.
Investigated these curtains. Yes, this is very nice.
The area around one's house.
And forming one enclosure with it, like a lion's cage.
If you will.
Which I will.
And you will.
I absolutely will.
And he has decided.
Okay, so just the area around the house, okay? Vehicles and anyone who was also on the premises. They were looking for, as declared in the warrant, quote, items of evidence, including but not limited to unknown quantity of marijuana, marijuana derivatives, any and all other drugs of abuse.
Good.
Is marijuana illegal to that degree in America still? I know it's like...
In certain places.
Yeah, but to the point of actually raiding a house?
I think that marijuana is probably... Wait, no.
If so, it should be.
Oh, okay. So is that like
pro.
marijuana without a license to sell it, maybe?
All right, let me finish reading the warrant and then we'll touch on that. So, quote, items of evidence, including but not limited to unknown quantity marijuana, marijuana derivatives, any and all other drugs of abuse, drug paraphernalia, including scales, packaging materials, and paraphernalia used for the sale and administration of said drugs, money obtained from the sale of illegal drugs, documentation regarding the sale of illegal drugs, as well as weapons used for the protection of the above, which are being concealed in violation of a statute. And also trafficking in drugs and kidnapping, which seem that seems like a big jump up from having a bit of weed. Yes, there's a person in the crowd that wants to talk. Can you come over here actually and talk into the microphone? Otherwise, people are not going to hear it.
Hi. Recreational weed became legal in Ohio for adults over 21 years of age in late 2023.
So that was a year before.
Ooh, okay.
So Afroman just missed the curfew.
Just missed out.
Yeah, but also,
and he's also 16 years old.
And he's also apparently been accused of kidnapping, which I guess is probably the main crux of the reason why they raided his little compound, his drug compound. I mean, they do that. They do that though. They do add like a bunch of other charges on top to expedite, the judge passing through the warrant or whatever, or confirming the warrant, which makes sense. Afroman was not home at the time of the raid, with him being out of town in Chicago. Shy City, but his wife at the time and their two kids, 10 and 12, that's not their names, ages, were. The raid was, quite dramatic. Rather fitting, of course, since they were in the lion's den after all. His front door was smashed in, weapons were drawn as police searched around his home, tearing into his personal belongings in the process. Apparently there was a tip received from a confidential informant. Kira, does Afroman have any beef with any other like big prominent rappers?
Not that I read.
Not that you know of.
Could be. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just wondering who the confidential informant could have been.
Nah, I think it'd be Eminem. He's jealous of Afroman's clearly superior rap skills.
Apparently, there was a tip received from a confidential informant who told police about Afroman apparently drug trafficking weed. It was also accused that Afroman, quote, has a basement referred to as the dungeon, nice, in which he keeps women locked in, less nice, forcing them to urinate and defecate in a bucket as punishment for upsetting or disobeying him. Nice.
Okay, so they mistook Afroman with Diddy.
Yeah. What is it with all these Diddy clones running around? Talk about being a one-hit wonder. During the raid.
What?
Is that the first case of someone putting out a banger song in the in the early 2000s and then going on to kidnap women and have them defecate in buckets?
God. Okay, yeah. Usually that seems to be more of a I'm a sustained celebrity.
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
doesn't it?
That's
Yeah,
the only way you get around with that. Away with that.
Yeah, you can't really be a one-hit wonder, can you?
You got to know your place a little bit.
Yeah,
before you're going to start doing
it's a
that.
bit presumptive.
Yeah. So I mean, the drug trafficking weird. That's fine, but like the basement, the dungeon, and the urination and defecation. That's
No,
a
if
bit
you're a
extreme.
one-hit wonder, you should be mugging people on the street to keep up the mortgage payments on your house.
Mm-hmm. During the raid, Afroman's wife and some security members filmed the ensuing chaos. There was significant damage to his property. Reportedly, the repairs that had come from the event had cost upwards of $20,000. What the fuck did they do?
They destroyed it.
Why did they? I mean, I get that the.
Well, they thought that there was like women trapped in a dungeon.
Yeah,
You kind of kick some doors down for that.
It doesn't sound like they kicked it down doors. It sounds like they laid fucking C4 at the foundation and blew that shit up. $20,000 for a few doors?
Maybe they were filming an episode of Cops and needed to make it more dramatic than it was. I mean, they kind of are already, aren't they?
I mean,
It was worth the money.
We're looking at the picture right now, and there's a few like police officers moving through the kitchen with rifles, but it doesn't seem like they're really fucking going around punching holes in walls or anything. Doesn't seem too insane from the look of this. $20,000 in damages is a bit
Yeah, what is
extreme.
it? Do you reckon that it was like they ruined the carpet with muddy footprints?
Yeah, maybe shit like that. Like I could get like bashing down the doors and stuff, but how much are doors? Like $500?
I doubt in that house they're going to be those nice Omarian timber ones, are they?
Yes, this definitely. I mean, this does look like a one-hit wonder kind of house. If you know what I mean, it's not too great.
There's a lot of green in there as well. He's really into weed, isn't he? Everything in that house is. Oh my god! I think
Even the
everything is like a
tiles.
mild green.
Even the tiles, the walls.
the couches,
Yeah, you're
like
right.
so much.
Damn, that guy loves it. What's that there? That's
Man.
green.
Who'd have thought that a man that sung a song about prioritizing weed amongst everything else actually does? Like he believes it.
What I don't get, okay, so people, like all these musicians sing songs and stuff about like doing horrible things to like women and, selling drugs and like gang violence and shit like that. Is that never used as a basis for these warrants or investigations into them? Because it's artistic?
Why would it be used as part of an investigation?
Well, they're like...
Somebody wrote a murder mystery novel, so they must be the killer, obviously. I haven't finished the book, but I've deduced that the killer is the author. Is that what we're doing?
No, I'm talking about like they're singing, not specifically in this case, obviously, because he's just singing about weed, but like when singers sing about like beating their girls and shit like that.
Mm.
It's a little bit more than fantasy, isn't it?
Most likely. I think that their argument every time is it's just a character.
Yeah, I suppose. But then they get caught doing it.
And that was the character.
The character took
do you
over.
understand? And that's why you can't sue them.
I mean,
I think it's a foolproof legal defense.
I am an Australian without the gene necessary for freedom of speech to really take precedence in my brain. So maybe that's the reason why I'm having trouble passing that.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
Because the argument from all these people is always freedom of speech means that I can sing about or write about whatever I want, which is fair.
Yes.
But then they do it.
Okay, and then Jackson is opposed to anything that isn't about crop yields and how much you like spring in your home village. And anything that predates, like anything that is post the Industrial Revolution, any theme that is post that, Jackson is against. That's why Afroman is on the cusp, because there's probably some evidence somewhere that people were smoking weed back in the day. And so that one passes.
I don't like music for concerns that it may come true. It's so funny.
Dude, that's quite a thing to get confused about, Jackson.
No,
and I don't even know how
I'm
that
not
came out.
confused.
Really.
I'm playing a character, Jordan. I have tricked the audience and you. This was all part of my master plan to make you look stupid.
Damn. Jackson has studied Boogie so much that he has all of his ways. The student has become the master. It was all a trick, guys.
Now you agree with me. After all of that, though, no charges came from the event. Police found a glass jar that contained green leafy vegetation, could be anything, THC wax, and multiple pipes. Jordan has a few of those.
Yeah.
Nothing to suggest he was illegally dealing. There was also no kidnapping victim found. As for the accusations of a dungeon with fecal buckets, the legal professionals and media specialists at Afroman's label, when asked for comment, replied, quote, lol, end quote.
Oh, so they think this is funny, do they?
They then continued.
So you were enabling him.
They then continued, quote, that is completely fabricated and untrue. Afroman doesn't even have a basement, end quote. It should
Doesn't look like he does.
No, it doesn't. It should be noted. Wait, in California, they don't have basements, do they?
Really?
Oh, wait, this is in Ohio, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. I know.
No, but Ohio is located in California.
Yes, right.
Otherwise known as, it used to be called the United States. Now it's called Greater California, I believe. That was over the third Civil War that the Americans had.
Or is it a Ohio city in California, Kira? Can you check that? Okay, she's rolled her eyes at
It's
me.
like...
Very
Stop
dismissive.
desperately trying to fit in reality after you said a typo, like to try and just make it work. There's no Ohio city in LA.
There could be. Look it up. Ohio city. Ohio, California. Come on. There's
Not
got to
even
be.
doing it.
There's got to be one. I bet you there's one. How much do you
Really?
bet before she answers? $10. I bet there's an Ohio, California.
Now I'm really scared. Maybe there is.
$10.
An Ohio, California.
It sounds
Okay,
right.
that's kind of plausible, actually. I thought that you were talking about just one of the counties in LA being called Ohio.
If there's absolutely anything in California with the name Ohio in it, I win. Give it to me.
No, but there's going to be
There's
some...
California in Ohio.
That counts.
Oh!
That absolutely counts.
Oh!
That counts.
Oh, that hurts.
In fact, I get a multiplier.
Oh, you couldn't be more wrong, Jackson.
Fuck.
Oh, take the L. Take it.
Are you sure there's nothing Ohio
Take that
in
L like a
California?
big cock.
Ohio, California, just California, Ohio.
We should have given her a microphone. She said that there's a California in Ohio, basically, which means I am
Doubly
couldn't
wrong.
be more wrong.
Could not be more wrong.
So I owe you $10.
Well, where is it? No, I refuse to continue this podcast until I get my $10.
And I owe you for $10. Yeah, so fair enough. You win that round. It should be noted.
What, the script?
You
You tried to play a battle of wits with an inanimate object.
You win the bet.
I guess,
It
yes.
should be noted that they did, but through no fault of your own, basically, through no act.
Yeah, I
Just
know, I
me
just fell into that.
throwing the bet at you, and now you
That
get
was the
$10.
Monopoly card. You stumbled into $10.
You're welcome. I'm very generous, Jordan.
Damn. The chance of life, eh?
It should be noted that they did not dismiss the claim of the buckets, however.
Wait. So they're just trying to chuck, owning a bucket as a...
If he owned buckets,
possibly used with fecal matter.
if he owns any buckets, that's a sign. that
Okay,
he's
so he
been
goes
shitting in
to
them.
life in prison,
Through some further
where he
investigation,
ironically has to shit in a bucket.
through some further investigation conducted by real professionals, that being online gossip publications, it was discovered that the house does have a crawl space after all, not unlike a basement,
Oh, okay.
though it can't really fit anyone. Importantly, it could possibly fit various objects sized like a traditional American bucket, however.
What's a traditional American bucket? What do you mean? One of those ones that the Amish have that's made out of wood.
The wood and the
Yeah.
little iron around the top.
Like a wash tub. Okay.
Yeah, about that size. No smaller, no larger. Police also seized $5,000, which was later returned to Afroman after the seizure, but Afroman claimed that $400 was missing from the returned amount. Some may believe that the police were of the belief that Afroman, the artist who had created the anthem of a generation, that being Because I Got High, would simply not notice $400 missing from his enormous amassed wealth and had used the opportunity to steal the money. But this was determined to be a counting error by police deputies. The Adams County Sheriff's Office also chose this moment to tell Afroman that they were not responsible for paying for any repairs and he would need to front the bill for that also. Afroman did not like that, and Afroman would remember.
Afroman never forgets.
Yeah.
Despite his chronic dependency on marijuana. So I imagine he's actually got really bad memory.
To be fair, stoners have such a reputation for being like lethargic and lazy and unmotivated. Afroman escapes that reputation basically. I think he's
why? Because he made one song in 25 years.
The passive thing would have been to just sit by and let this happen, and then just sulk and cry as you light up more joints. Yeah, light up a blunt and then play Call of Duty Black Ops 7 or whatever the new one is, just endlessly. No, he used this opportunity fantastically, might I say. This quote, we come to chapter 2, Afroman's Revenge. Quote, I asked myself, as a powerless black man in America, what can I do to the cops that kicked my door in, tried to kill me in front of my kids, stole my money, and disconnected my cameras? And the only thing I could come up with was make a funny rap song about them and use the money to pay for the damage they did. End quote. Frightening his family, trashing his home, breaking his surveillance system, and destroying his doors and gates. Afroman had a lot of repairs to make, so he decided to make the money back the best way he knew how, by selling marijuana.
No.
But after he did that, he chose to instead make some music poking fun at the events. We can't play that music for copyright reasons, of course. Afroman's a greedy little goblin. He won't let us play it for free. Fair enough.
He's clearly very litigious.
But we will watch them and read the lyrics. The music videos for the songs released by Afroman after this ordeal are of the police going through Afroman's home. In September of the same year, 2022, Afroman released the album Lemon Pound Cake, which was named after the lemon pound cake that his mother had made that was sitting on the counter at the time that a particular officer in the raid, Deputy Cooley, was lustfully staring at it. If Deputy Cooley could have chosen between the lemon pound cake and $400, there would have been one less lemon pound cake in the world. Afroman's titular track on the album goes as such. Do you want to sing the song? Or read the song?
I don't know how it goes. I've never heard Adam Pound Cake in my life.
Just do it.
Afroman has very little afro left by the looks of it.
True, yeah. What's up with that?
He looks like one of those 50s women that gets their hairs curled in the hair salon.
Is that the new style?
And that's what a lemon pound cake looks like. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what a lemon pound cake was either. It's just a small cake.
Yeah, but it's that specific cake that you always look like and you're like, it looks like a really unappetizing donut.
And yeah, I was going to say, it looks like a donut with jizz all over it.
Name made it appetizing again.
Yep. The Adams County this is the lyrics. The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard
you've got such a lyrical voice, Jackson.
You do it.
Just singing it.
You do it.
And I heard the glass break.
You're so quiet. You're so shy.
I'm singing.
They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake. Mama's lemon pound cake.
This is exactly how the song goes.
It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff want to put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Of what? Now
you know what this reminds me of?
What?
Being really drunk. Everybody's saying, sing some karaoke song, and they're just putting on a song that you don't know the lyrics to, and then mumbling, and then everybody hates you.
Okay, well then you go now.
Lemon pancake. I'm going to put down his Clarke pancake. I seem to be mistaking Afroman with Michael Jackson.
I don't know why you're so quiet.
Trending on TikTok. Lemon pancake. This is my rendition of Afroman. This is how he sings. Large, 8 foot tall, chronically obese black man.
The voice of an angel.
He got munchies because he got high. Did you see the inflection on high?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. And then, unpredictably, he writes, "I'm a pancake." He's an Adams County sheriff. He's hungry and he's big as hell. He was sniffing for weed. Then he smelled another smell. He sees my cake and my porno mag called Boom Boom. Dude, why do you make us sound like a woman from the 19th century with consumption? It's like a sick woman.
On my deathbed, this is what something happened to his camera on the way to the evidence room. That's exactly how it
Powerful
sounds.
shit.
You don't need to copyright strike us, Afroman. I know we got fairly close to it. This album also featured other songs that reference the raid, including The Police Raid, Why You Disconnecting My Video Camera, and Will You Help Me Repair My
Dude, no offense, but like, fuck, being a one-hit wonder is rough. Hey, like, this is a poor man, a really poor man who's going to repair my door.
Will you help repair my door?
I don't have enough wood.
Will you help me repair my gate? I'm imagining they all sound the same, actually, the songs.
Every single song.
Will you help me repair my gate? Will you help me repair my door?
That is exactly the same.
Did you find what you was looking for? Will you help me repair my gate and door? There you go.
Would you like a slice of lemon pound cake?
So stupid. Keep going.
Okay. You know what, actually? Like, okay, I don't know what Afroman sounds like when he sings, but he looks like Barry White, so I'm going to try that. You can take as much as you want to take. There must have been a big mistake. Dude, that would be a great cover band. Me as a white man going around as Barry White. Wouldn't have to change my name.
Having all the grandmas lustfully watching you perform as white Barry White.
Okay, yeah, that's what it's called. Let's get wet one last time.
Come on, finish it up.
The war, trade, narcotics, and kidnapping. Are you kidding? I make money rapping. You don't seem to. Oh, I suppose you are now, but like this is more a GoFundMe than making money.
He could have just made it GoFundMe. At least he's put in a little bit of effort.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is the effort, though. This is the. He is singing the reasons that you should be donating.
Yeah. Why does the warrant say narcotics? Well, I know narcotics, but why the kidnapping? Let me ask you something, officer. Any kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets? Are there any kidnapping victims in my suit pockets?
What?
You crooked cops need to stop it. Let me ask you another question. Is there 1,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets?
I don't think Afroman is being very serious with his questioning here. It's fairly admissible. Don't really need to waste
Any
the time.
kidnapping victims inside my CDs? The Adams County Sheriff's Department, you can get these. There are no kidnapping victims in my CDs. How many pounds of weed are inside my CDs? He's just advertising his CDs. What CDs mean? What I think it means?
Yeah, they look through them in the video.
Oh, okay. So the police officers look through all of his CD collections. Gotcha. It does make sense after all.
There's a lot about that, though. He seems very upset about that particular search.
Adams County Sheriffs, you can get these. How many pounds of weed did you find in my CDs? Why are you stealing my money? You represent the law, and it's funny. You're stealing my legal, worked hard every day, paid taxes money. This is Dr. Seuss. This is
Dr.
Seuss bullshit.
Yeah. The stoner Dr. Zeus.
The sheriff disconnected my cameras. The sheriff should be locked up in slammers. The Adams County Sheriff's Department disconnected my cameras. Did you have to traumatize my kids? Will you pay me for doing me wrong? Will they have to get paid from this song.
Wait, we're going to have to do all... This reminds me of reading Lord of the Rings, how they just go like, chapter 11, here's some little folksy song. Like, how am I supposed to know what an elf sings like?
Kira, did you want to come sing this song for us?
What is it?
Why you disconnected my video camera? You give it a go. You got to do a really strong
No, I can't.
weed smoking
I can't.
hip hop voice.
The British are coming. The
Yes.
British are coming.
Nice, very soulful.
Hide your money, your kids, your women. White
This is
supremacist
so good.
on the premises. What is this? A racist feminist?
What is
shit,
that?
nearly fell
What's that
over.
about?
I think that's about the woman detective that he later wrote.
Oh, yeah, okay. No spoilers.
Yeah, no, okay. Why are you disconnecting my video camera? I think that's how the song goes.
Nice. Good.
We ought to throw cops in the slammer.
Nice.
Okay, I'm not doing very well.
Next verse.
No, yeah, this is Guitar Hero without a beat.
August
Which is gonna be
21st
great to
was the
listen to.
day. The Adam County Sheriff destroyed my gate. They ran up my driveway with guns and hate.
Oh, you don't do that.
To steal my funds, they just couldn't wait.
All 5,000 of it.
I know you want me dead or in the slammers, but why are you unhooking my video cameras? Renegads
Songs
from
that write
Ren-
about the video cameras.
I said that as well. I
digging
said
in my
that.
pockets full in. Unconfidential informant. False accusations on the warrant. Any pounds of weed in my custom suits. Any kidnapping victim in my gator boots. What did you see in my CDs? Look at the screen. Can you see these?
Nice. That's pretty clever.
What do you
Pretty good.
see in my CD books? You can't see me, but I see you, crooks.
Mhm.
Okay, Sheriff Snake, quadruple take, TikTok famous officer pound cake,
Speculator.
speculator hater, any kidnapping victims in my refrigerator. Congratulations, TikTok star. Now the world knows how stupid you are. I think he actually does the luckily you're a family guy bit there.
Very clever.
Got the munchies because you got high. You never catch white people breaking in my house. But you can traumatize me, my kids, and my spouse. You can steal all this money from me, man, but you can't solve the murder and see, man. Mad because I'm black, mad because I'm right, mad because I fucked your drug addict bitch.
Yeah, that fucking leveled up. a
I
little.
came from LA and I brought the whole city. Send your wife home drunk with my name on her titty.
Mm.
I pay taxes. I work daily. I get rated by Beetle Bailey. He's like calling out each cop
Officer,
here. Yeah.
right.
They've all someone. Randy Walters, private pile. I used to fuck his wife doggy style. Fidel Castro, let's see, Duck Dynasty, Uncle Jesse. Resource officer, receding hairlines, deputy dipshit. You can't find the shit. Lieutenant Mona Lickamlow Lisa. Ate my ex-wife just like pizza.
Nice.
She's jealous of me and my log jammer. That's why she disconnected my camera. Pubic care, Paw Patrol, bring back the money you stole. I defund thee, refund me, fuck you, and King Kong Bundy. There you go.
There you go. Thank you very much for that very accurate hip hop song rendition. I can
God,
tell you've been
isn't it
practicing.
incredible that yeah. That was really it's really difficult to even try and imagine a song that you've never heard in your life and then try and chuck something to it.
Yeah, it's
So
impossible.
Afroman is extremely talented, despite the fact that half of his lyrics seem to be video camera.
And also, to be fair, Kira had heard the song before, so
So
that's
she
even
did cheat.
impressive. That's even impressive. That's more to your point, really. Even if you've heard the song, it's impossible to imagine it, apparently.
What, Afroman's lyrical genius?
Yeah.
Yes,
He's on a
true.
different level.
He's on a new level.
As you can see from the videos, and as you can hear by the spirited lyrics, the songs are directly targeted at the officers as well as the police department that raided his home, commenting on their histories, what they did at the time of the raid, and what they look like. Accompanying this album and sensing an opportunity to capitalize, Afroman released merchandise and even auctioned off the door they knocked down, which was signed by Afroman himself, a worthy collector's item. Chapter 3, the lawsuit. The officers involved in the raid were, well, they certainly weren't happy. It was one thing for them to leave the crime scene without saving those poor kidnapped women and their shit buckets, but it was another to then be lambasted by someone they had spent their entire careers investigating. To make matters worse for those brave officers involved, who were only executing on their duty, I remind you, Afroman was himself seemingly having fun with the ordeal. He was constantly sharing the footage around of the raid and criticizing the sheriff department, even calling for them to be renamed as the Adams KKK County, a very clever insinuation that the police department may have had a grand wizard or two in their ranks. In March 2023, these officers and potential professional racists came together and filed a
It's such
lawsuit.
a like 90s news bulletin way to introduce someone that you're trying to demonize, isn't it?
Go.
We now crush over to the accused potential professional racist, Jim Collins. Jim, what do you have to say for your actions?
I made everything. The claimants were 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective, Sean D. Cooley, Justin Cooley, Michael D. Estep, Sean D. Grooms, Brian Newland, Lisa Phillips, and Randolph Walters Jr.
Don't you think that they all sound like rappers? Sean D. Cooley?
No, Sean D. Oh, yeah, there's another Sean. Yeah, actually.
Justin Cooley. Michael D. The D stands for Dick. Sean D. I'm sure Sean D. is a rapper.
Sean D. Grooms.
I mean, Sean D. Grooms.
That does sound like it. Randolph Walters Jr. doesn't, but I guess you could. That's like new age kind of rap, I guess, where it's a bit more.
No, yeah, that's the one that they, like, after they've done a few albums, they always just put a picture of them in year 4 on the front cover.
Yeah,
and
I
call
could
it
see that, yeah.
Yeah.
In their lawsuit, they claim that Afroman invaded their privacy and he was acting willful, wanton, and malicious. The irony was not lost on these brave individuals. The officers said that these actions have led them to being endangered and have suffered humiliation, ridicule, mental distress, embarrassment, and loss of reputation, which is undeniably true. They also sued Afroman's companies, the ones responsible for distributing his music, videos, and merch. They wanted all the content removed and $3.9 million in damages.
God, that's really not that much between, it seems
Like
like
8
12 people.
Yeah. Not much at all. 4 million divided by like fucking 12 people.
Man, cops in the United States might actually get paid shit for them to be like, I want 30 grand.
Well, I mean, probably does equal out to be 30 grand after like lawyers' fees.
Yeah, of course.
They had 5 main claims. 1, unauthorized use of individuals' persona. 2, invasion of privacy by misappropriation. Number 3, invasion of privacy, false light publicity. Number 4, invasion of privacy, unreasonable publicity given to private lives. And number 5, Jordan's favorite word, defamation.
Mm-hmm.
The main points here was that Afroman was saying that one of the deputies stole $400, that they threatened to kill Afroman, and that they were white supremacists. 2 of the claims were dismissed by the judge. The first was unauthorized use of individuals' persona, where the judge said that in order to sue this point, you have to prove more than just the defendant is using your persona to make money. You also have to prove that your persona has commercial value to you, and their use of your persona is undermining that commercial value. As the judge insinuated, it was unlikely that their commercial value had been devalued, as they did not seem the sort to write incredible hip-hop music about their own characters. The second claim that was dismissed was invasion of privacy of misinformation by misappropriating their names and likeness. A lot of words. The judge said that controlling their name and likeness must be balanced against the First Amendment. That's your God-given right to free speech. He said that, quote, as public servants, the plaintiffs have to expect that they may from time to time be subject to commentary and criticism regarding their performance of their duties, end quote. I mean, yeah, otherwise the cops could sue pretty much everyone in America over the last 8 years.
Yes, I suppose so. So I would argue as the lawyer that now that they do have personas that are famous, they were planning to launch their own rap career, but Afroman cut them to the jump because of his music connections. It's all a game.
It'd be a tenuous claim. You'd need to show evidence that they were planning their rap
just
careers.
get it right down on the napkin.
This is advice to everyone out there.
I'm changing my name from Sean D to Shawnee D.
Our red thread advice to everyone out there. Make sure that you are always planning for an eventual hip-hop career in case it can be used in court. And make sure you document everything. All of your fucking plans about that.
Yeah, just come up with your rap name now, put it in the comments.
Well, what do they say? It is like your first street. They say something. Or was that porn star?
What?
The first street and like your mum's name? That would not be porn star.
Yeah, porn star sounds about right for that. You want to be thinking about your mum in that job.
You're so proud.
But you wanted that in rap?
Huh?
A lot of rap is just about having sex with other people's mums. And then you've got...
A lot of life is just about having sex with other people's mums.
Wait, what? Okay, so that's something else that we learned on Red Thread today. Really, the peak of life is to just sneak behind your friends' backs and have sex with their mums.
Have you ever known anyone that's done that?
No, but I'm guessing that you do.
Would you be upset if a friend of yours banged your mum?
Oh, at this age? No, I'd be pleased for mum. Good on her.
What about 20 years ago?
20 years ago? Nah, I always found that your mum joke's too irresistible to pass up. I just be like, fair cop, well done.
No, that's not... You say it's like a simple joke. I'm talking about your friend railing your mum.
But that is the ultimate joke,
I mean,
isn't it? Like
you
to
can't
do
go
it
any
in
higher.
real life.
Yeah, I
Like
guess...
actually, literally mean I fucked your mum.
So you just give them credit.
Well, how could you not give them store credit at that point?
Would you bang a friend's
You are
mum?
cash converters and I'm paying out. Huh?
Would you bang a friend's mum?
For the lols?
No, because she's a really nice person. And you get along.
Because she's a really nice person and we have a connection. That'd be awesome.
How could you say
That'd
no?
be so good.
How could you say no?
Just being one of my friend's
Dads,
stepdads.
yeah. Oh,
That'd be
fuck.
so good. Look, I know that we started off on the wrong foot here, James, and I will call you James from now on. Not what we used to call you in high school, J-Man. Well, it's a different relationship now, James. Now, clean your room. As a 30-year-old man.
And then go in and slam his mum as loud as you possibly can.
Don't slam the door while I'm slamming your mum. You listen to this.
In the end, only 2 claims that were not dismissed and were left to go to the jury were the charges of defamation and invasion of privacy. The judge also ruled that because these claims all involve police officers performing their duties, the evidence required to claim that the statements made by Afroman constituted defamation would need to meet a notably higher standard, saying, quote, public officials can only win defamation cases if they can prove the defendant made false statements with actual malice.
Damn.
That's what actual malice looks like.
Yeah. This is the action from now on. That's what
I mean, it honestly is.
it's
You
quite,
really went
it's
in
quite
there with
malevolent,
malice,
isn't it?
yeah. There was no tender of care there. That means the defendant either knew the statements were false or made them with reckless disregard for the truth, end quote. Afroman responded that he was already seeking a defamation lawsuit against the police, saying, quote, I want to sue them for stealing my money. I want to sue them for writing kidnapping on a warrant and making me suffer financially in my industry because just that accusation makes people raise an eyebrow about you, end quote. He countersued, accusing them of destruction of property, trespassing, illegal search and seizure, and other wrongdoings. These counter lawsuits were all dismissed by Judge Jonathan Hine in February of 2026 without a hearing. This upset Afroman greatly, saying that the claims were dismissed, quote, with the click of a button in some little office somewhere without a hearing. And then we have a picture here of Afroman
Looking
adorned-
upset.
Quite upset.
Evidently.
Pondering how he will get out of this situation.
How his life got to this level.
What's with the Kira? What's with the entire like the American like outfits and stuff? Is it just because of freedom of speech?
Yes, because you'll see what he says when he
When-
lawsuit
yeah,
over,
okay.
and it kind of makes sense.
Okay, so this is a freedom of speech thing. The trial, obviously, the trial of for the charges made by the officers ran from March 16th through to March 19th, 2026. Why are you getting so mad?
I'm not.
You're breathing heavily over there. You hate freedom of speech.
I do hate freedom of speech, but it's not making me that angry. I've come to peace and terms with my freedom of speech and will use my freedom of speech to decry it at any moment.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Over 3 years after the initial raid and was held at the courthouse in Adams County, Afroman arrived with ardent supporters outside of the building waiting for him. Day one consisted of jury selection, opening statements, and the deputies taking the stand. The plaintiff's attorney, Robert Klingler, does sound like a lawyer, began by telling the jury about how Afroman had maliciously spread lies online about the officers, supposedly inflicting harm and hurt to the officers, despite whether Afroman thought that the search warrant was unfair. Afroman's attorney, David Osborne Jr., also sounds like a lawyer, on the other hand, instead spent the opening statement declaring that Afroman's actions constituted, that's right, free speech, and that he had simply used his own security system footage of the failed raid to then artistically criticize the officers and police department in an effort to recoup money for damages that the department was unwilling to pay for. I feel like if they paid the 20K, it probably would have saved them a lot of money in the long run.
No, it's always the case.
Yeah, especially
And they always go to court,
and embarrass themselves even more.
which is really strange. I really feel sorry for police prosecutors because they do this a lot.
Well, why do you feel sorry for them? It sounds like they might want to do that.
Really?
It guarantees their paycheck.
I suppose it does guarantee their paycheck, but it also sounds like, look, there is those cases where SWAT teams are just too trigger happy and they're kicking it down and they're obviously wrong. And the police prosecutor just has to go in and be humiliated in court day after day. Like this will be one of these examples, you know?
Mm-hmm. Some of the deputies...
Think of the real victims, the police prosecutor.
Yeah, lawyers. Fantastic. Some of the deputies then testified, with the notable testimonies being those of deputies... I like how you found a victim not even like related to the case as well. Like you got the police officers.
You got to be creative.
You got Afroman, and you pinpointed police lawyers.
Yep. And he didn't write about them once in his song. You know?
True.
The unsung heroes.
They didn't even get attention.
No, they didn't.
Some of the deputies then testified, with the notable testimonies being those of deputies Brian Newland, Sean Cooley, better known as his moniker Officer Poundcake, Lisa Phillips, also better known as her moniker Liquor Low Lisa, and Sergeant Randy Walters, who doesn't have a unique moniker on account of his name already sounding like a 70s porn star. Let's quickly go over the important testimonies from the officers. So first we have Deputy Brian Newland. The first testimony is a little layered, as we actually have to step back briefly and look towards one of the officers' brothers first. Deputy Brian Newland's brother, William Newland, was himself charged a few years earlier with sending an inappropriate photo to a minor while he was working for the Peebles Police Department. Afroman, conducting his own investigation, had posted online in September 2023 about Brian Newland, saying, quote, "This is the uneducated, can't count pedophile police officer that stole my money. His name is baby making Brian child molesting new baby mama newborn Newland." And then in quotes or parentheses, Dick, very clever, D-I-C-C, Detective Brian Newland. I have a song coming out about him. The chorus goes like this: "I pledge allegiance to the flag. Brian Newland is a flag. He used to play with little toys. Now he plays with little boys. Watch your little boys around Brian Newland. He's very bold. He will fondle little boys' testicles and butt cheeks." That doesn't rhyme. Right in front of you in broad daylight. This is a public service announcement. Stay safe. Is that an actual song?
I think he's just saying that. That is the lyrics in the song. Wow, I can see why it was a one-hit wonder. Like, that is just a drunken Facebook post.
It's just a rant, yeah. It's not even musical.
It's a very classic Facebook post as well. I don't know if this is a classic in America, but in Australia, there is a lot of 50-year-olds that are hammered on Facebook saying, "This cop wronged me, probably a pig." It's like, it's a Facebook post. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it literally is a Facebook post.
It's literally a Facebook post.
In the post, Afroman shared a picture of Brian Newland with a boy who Brian Newland had met through a holiday event called Shop with a Cop, where officers are paired with kids from low-income families as a kind of charity thing, I guess, or something like that, insinuating that the child was groomed by Brian Newland. There's no evidence to suggest that, by the way. It's just he's got a brother because he's got a brother that was a pedophile.
Oh, okay. And so Afroman believes that it runs in the family.
Yeah, the pedophile.
That's his theory.
The pedophile gene.
Yep. Yet to be proven in court.
As you probably guessed, Newland was the one to reportedly miscount the cash that Afroman accused of being stolen. Newland denied all of these claims from Afroman, which is exactly what a pedophile would
say. Exactly.
Testifying that being called a pedophile and thief by Afroman led him to quitting his dream job at the sheriff's office. Come on, aim a little bit higher, dude. He felt I respect
money counter.
I respect like cops that, follow the law and all that bullshit, but come on, dreaming to be a cop.
Dreaming to be a cop in like a small town, it seems, as well.
Yeah.
Don't you want to be in the big leagues? Getting shot up in Chicago.
He felt, I mean, maybe in that case, then being a police officer in a small town is the dream.
Yeah, maybe it is a step up. It seemed like the cop in Sonic was there, so. He even wanted out. He wanted to make it to the big leagues.
He felt his reputation around town was ruined, so he stopped going to the local grocery store and eventually succumbed to starvation.
Yes. When foraging for berries and hunting rabbits became difficult in the winter.
With no ability to source food
Eventually
for
died.
himself. No, that's not what the document says. That was ad lib.
It was a
Improv.
prediction.
Could still happen. No, so he was too embarrassed to go to
Yes,
local
this currently
grocery store.
starving former cop.
He was also too embarrassed to go to his kid's sports game, which is the true crime, to spare their embarrassment. That's so sad.
Oh, that is really sad.
Sorry, kids. Dad can't come. You'll be too embarrassed otherwise. No, it's more like the kid saying, Dad, I don't want you to come. Fuck. Damn.
Jesus.
And to be fair, they were just doing their jobs from everything that, they probably didn't get the order. They didn't give the order, right? I don't know.
Yeah, no, they were just kind of like
Constables?
probably the
beat cops or whatever.
It's really, I feel like it's a disproportionate retribution to kick down someone's door and damage it and then just be like, well, I'm just going to tell the world that you're a pedophile until you literally starve because you're too scared to enter grocery stores.
I get going after like the sergeant or whoever made the order or the police department as a whole. I don't know. It does feel...
No, but like I just feel like you could just stick to the facts in your rap.
True, yeah. You don't
like
need
you
to
did
call
with
him
the
a
fact that he
pedophile.
smokes a lot of weed.
True, yeah. You could just say...
You know what the truth's like, Afroman.
Your brother's a pedophile. That would have been fun.
Yeah, your brother's a pedophile is actually pretty... And then also you could even go under the extent of that and just be like, therefore I assume you are one as well.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, it is hereditary.
but make it clear, but I don't have any proof that you did or kids.
Yeah, yes.
But
Isn't that a catchy song?
I am looking.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm currently looking.
It's not too
I
far.
suspect that you are a pedophile.
It's not too far from what he's writing. He does just rant, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Newland spoke about an internal investigation taking place that had concluded with Newland overcounting Afroman's money originally by $390. Part of his time on the stand went like this. Klingler says, quote, what effect did it have on you when you saw these posts that you're a pedophile, end quote. I'm going to assume it wasn't very nice.
Yeah, well, I'm going to assume that he was happy about it, but we'll see.
Newland quoted as having said, quote, I was angry, sad, depressed, and upset.
Oh, crap. Now I owe you that $10.
You owe me the $10 now. Infinite money. It just keeps recycling. Klingler says, quote, why are you sad and upset? Isn't it just somebody exaggerating or making jokes, end quote? Newland then says, quote, no, I actually am a pedophile.
And my people have suffered enough.
This is where we take our stand. No, I don't find it funny at all. I work in law enforcement, have kids, which is not good if he's a pedophile, have friends and family.
That's good if he's a pedophile.
pedophile
Everyone needs friends.
Even pedophiles need friends, just other pedophiles. I was involved in the schools, and then I'm being blasted all over social media for the entire United States to see I'm a pedophile. End quote. You shouldn't have said it like that. Klingler then says, quote, do your kids' friends come to your house to hang out? End quote. Newland says, quote, not anymore.
Damn, that is brutal.
And
that poor ped.
And I miss those little boys. End quote.
That is actually a brutal...
I mean, it is.
That's a really sad final sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, because it's not even just attacking the police officers, like their whole family suffer from it now. It's kind of brutal. The kids suffer as well. And they didn't really do that much. I mean, yes, it sucks that they bashed in a few doors or whatever, but I honestly do think like wrongfully accusing someone of a ped in our society
is a death sentence. Probably, yeah, death sentence, like it's pretty brutal.
It's fucked. Yeah, and you can't escape it because like, yes, you made that claim. And if you come out now and be like, no, guys, I was lying, or, he's clearly not a ped, or it was just...
Yeah, no, the only way that you get out of it is you better dance as well as Michael Jackson. That's it. That's the only way that you can get out of this and come back like with any kind of like shred of acceptance back into society.
Even Michael Jackson was hurt by it, though.
Yeah, he was hurt by it, but it's just like, if you're just like some run-of-the-mill guy that didn't write Thriller, and you're just accused of being a ped, like you're done.
It's over. But yeah, I mean, even if Afroman came out and said, no, I was lying, then people are still people who don't see that are still going to believe he's a pedophile.
And anytime that he's ever in an argument with anyone, there's always going to be the diss you, bro.
Yeah. And the source is just an Afroman tweet or something. When asked about his brother and his specific crimes, Newland said that they were not close and he was only made aware of the charges against his brother on a jail tracker. He said that there was an extreme difference between that event a few years ago and this particular event as before, when his brother was charged with sending explicit photos to a minor. People had asked him about it, but then it was dropped and no one had treated him differently, as it was abundantly clear that he was not the one accused of being a pedophile, even though everyone knew about the event already as it was on the front cover of the local newspapers. However, this particular event was different, as no one was directly accusing him without evidence of being a pedophile. Then we come to Deputy Sean Cooley. Newly retired, Cooley gained the nickname of Officer Poundcake after taking some longing glances at the cake on top of Afroman's counter during the raid. He explained that it's a bit of a step down from being called a pedophile if he's just making fun of you looking at a pound
Yeah,
cake.
like, is he fat? Let's see. Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
See, that's fine. That is absolutely fine.
He explained that after the event, he had noticed significantly more public harassment throughout town, with people accusing him of stealing, with people yelling out things like, quote, "Are you going to steal all of our money?" End quote. Like he's some fucking monster.
And why are they food related? No, it should be focused exclusively on the fact that he's big.
Are you going to steal?
You guys are very these small town folk aren't versed in the ways of cyberbullying.
It should be, are you going to steal all of our pound cakes? At least. He believes that people genuinely now believe that he and his colleagues are thieves due to the statements made by Afroman, which has significantly impacted the quality of his life. Deputy Sean Cooley is now forever marked as Officer Poundcake, unable to go into the public without the references being made. Sean Cooley has faded, and only Officer Poundcake remains. His family has also apparently become terrified of this negative attention, or perhaps they are fearful of the new man that has taken the place of their former father. Quote, "Around here, my youngest daughter would hear the dogs bark at night and come into my room, wake me up, terrified that someone was there to kill us. Because even though they were young, they're still on Facebook. They still see this stuff, and it was just one after another," end quote. I mean, I was laughing there, but I was laughing at the fact that this all stemmed from him just like looking at the pound cake. Like, it's a very
good photo though, and it's undeniable proof as well.
Isn't it funny though that the massive deviation this man's life took just because he stared at a pound cake?
He looked at a cake,
and who wouldn't? I would have looked at the pound cake. It's in a little enclosed jar.
Yeah. In that nice little 50s reservoir.
Yeah, it looks very fancy. I would have looked at that too. What's wrong with liking food?
No, there's nothing wrong with it unless you're fat, and then you just have to wear it.
Or a pedophile. Deputy Lisa Phillips. Deputy Lisa Phillips was the most emotional of the claimants while on the stand, especially while the videos that Afroman had created about her were played. He released a 13-minute video called Lick 'em Low Lisa,
Jesus, 13.
which was played in court in front of her. The video targets Lisa and criticizes her role in the raid, as well as talking about her gender identity, her sexuality and appearance and deeper voice. An example
of this erotic lyricism.
"Lick 'em Low Lisa came to town. She ate all the pussy around. From Adams County to the 275. Lick 'em Low Lisa, licking every pussy alive. Lick 'em Low Lisa, eating pussy like pizza. Lick 'em Low Lisa, she raided my house. She disconnected my camera." He's going on about cameras again. "She disconnected my cameras, then she went down on my spouse. I don't... This is pretty good.
This is awesome.
"I don't know what I gotta do. Y'all keep on laughing. She's gonna eat your pussy wives too. I mean, your wife's pussy too. Fucked it up. Y'all keep on laughing. She's gonna eat your wife's pussy too." If that doesn't turn you on,
you know what this reminds me of?
I don't know what could.
This reminds me of my defamation case. There was a day, and it started at 8 a.m. and it finished probably at 5. And we were watching it on Zoom because it was during COVID, but John was in the courtroom.
John Barilaro?
John Barilaro was in the courtroom, and his barrister, because I don't know if this is the same thing in the United States, I'm sure it is, but barristers are the pimp lawyers, right? The ones with the wig.
The hot shots.
The hot shots. And they've got this real gravity to them in this theatrics. And there's very terrifying people because they're real masters of the English language. And this particular one used to breathe heavily in and out in between points that he really wanted to emphasize. And there was a whole day where they played everything that John claimed was defamatory in court.
Like your videos?
Yeah, and it would just be over and over, like, just like, and John was there, just very. okay, please press exhibit 1A, please. And then it'd just go on, and then it'd just be like me just like putting his voice on, and then having like like just playing bits of the video of me being like, "My name's John, and I'm fat, and oh my god, there's some pizza there, cuz fuck yeah, I'm gonna eat it. Fuck, I'm such a fat piece of shit." And then it just kind of end, and then it turned to him and just like, "Did that hurt your feelings, John?" And then he just like, "Yes." Go like that all fucking day. All day. I've never laughed harder in my life. Like, we're all back in Zoom watching it and just like, how is no one cracking up? How is no one cracking up?
It sounds like you were rewarded, really.
It was rewarded. It was the greatest day of our lives. It was just playing all the hits. And the best thing was...
Did you film it?
No, you're not allowed to film it. It's
Sure.
a court case. It's not like a... It's not a...
It's a YouTube video.
It's so YouTube brain Jackson. You're just
video.
like, yo, that's content, yo. Was it streamed on Kick? Why didn't I see it?
You could have done it secretly.
I suppose we could have done it secretly, yes. But then why would I admit to that now? Like, there's no way that you could ever use it. That was the biggest tragedy of the entire John Barilaro saga, that day couldn't have just been released on YouTube. That would have been...
So you're saying if you did record it, you wouldn't tell me right now anyway?
If I did record it, I swear to God, I would have released it. I don't care. I don't care if it like took me to jail. It was... I would be in jail watching it on YouTube and being like, this was worth the 5 years in prison. This is so funny. But anyway, sorry, continue.
No, it's all good. That was very important. If that doesn't turn you on, I don't know what could. That would have made sense before.
Sorry, yeah.
Not what he was saying. For Lisa, however...
Well, if it did turn you on, that's good. Turned me on.
I hope this whole episode has turned you on. For Lisa, however, the feeling was one of more humiliation, which is understandable given Lisa was now reduced to nothing more than a cartoonish representation of a pussy-eating lesbian. Lisa commented that this video and everything that Afroman had done in retaliation was humiliating. She said, quote, "I have always been a go-getter. I mean, as far as like, I try to do my best to help people out, and then I sit back and, you know, try to do the best I can do. And you have people hollering at you saying things like being a thief, having a sex change, prove I have to have a vagina."
Well, I'm sorry. No, the only one I feel sorry for is the wrongfully accused pen.
Yeah.
If someone's just accusing you of being fat or someone's just accusing you of not having a vagina, like just put up with it.
Yeah, or just
you don't get money for that.
lean into it. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, lean into.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's
nothing wrong with it.
Being a pedophile is something wrong with
Just pull your pants down and show your vag.
It's easy.
It's so easy.
We've all done it. As funny as
Jackson has shown his vagina publicly many times, and if you watch, maybe he'll do it this time as well.
I wish you'd stop asking.
It's a red light district.
I wish you would stop asking me to show it. I've done it too many times now. It's getting old.
Not for me.
As funny as the overall event was, it's undeniable that Lisa Phillips was hurt and humiliated by the songs and ensuing harassment from the public. Moving on.
Oh, that's very sad.
Over to Sergeant Randy Walters. Similar to the other officers, Walters spoke about how he has suffered from humiliation and emotional damage from Afroman, with a lot of it having to do with Afroman saying that he had sex with his wife. Quote, this is from Randy Walters. "It's hard when your job that you're doing affects your family, which affects you. When you have a kid coming home crying that's already been through a lot in life, and now they're getting hazed and harassed because someone thinks it's funny, somebody knows it's not true. I've been with my wife for 28 years. She didn't have an affair with Mr. Foreman."
Okay, I'm sorry. This is great. This is the best thing about court, especially with something really juvenile like this. The fact that they'll sit there and be like, it's not funny. And I can tell you for a fact she did not have sex with Mr. Foreman. It's like, yes, we know, dude. Like, why are we pretending that this is serious?
You got to get it on writing.
No.
I do like how they say, this is not funny. And then
this is not funny, and then explain the joke.
What follows is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
"She didn't have an affair with Mr. Foreman. She didn't make my daughter with Mr. Foreman. But now my family has to be harmed because of straight up
DNA
lies.
proof. Where is it?
Show your vagina. Where in the world is it okay to make something up for fun that's damaging to others when you know for sure it's an absolute lie?" I mean, that's what fun is. That's the problem. End quote. Is this a quote? Yes, another quote. "Try to find someplace safe to sit when you're literally getting death threats because of lies. You're absolutely in fear for your safety to begin with as a police officer, but now intensity that because somebody is lying about the situation. The respect for my family, including my law enforcement family, was nothing like the respect I gave to his children the night of the raid. I stopped what I was doing when his wife, who I know and have been friendly with for years, as far as being associates, said, "Hey, somebody pulled in and they're scared." I stopped when I did what I was doing and went and checked on his kids to make sure they were safe because that's priority to me. But the same respect that was given to his family, he had no regard to mine or me, end quote.
Well, pretty good argument.
Yeah, but I mean, Afroman could say the respect that I showed to Sergeant Johnson's doors, he didn't show respect to my doors. And that would have been equally
And that is
compelling
also
argument.
an equally compelling argument because we all know doors are sentient
They
and have
feelings too.
intelligence greater than that of a child.
Afroman's nickname for Walters and the music producer was Beetle Bailey. Honestly, his weakest name so far.
Mhm.
Afroman's lawyer, during cross-examination, asked Walters, quote, "Does anyone believe you're Beetle Bailey?" End quote. To which he responded, quote, "Probably not." End quote.
Damn, he's got a really weak claim on that 30K. Hey? He's got to settle for 10.
Well, it'll ramp up in a second. Osborne then asked a similar question, quote, "And when he called you a son of a bitch, would that be an opinion?" End quote. Walters responded saying, quote, "I'd say that would be an opinion," end quote. After clarifying that Walter's mother had passed away, Osborne said, quote, "I am sorry about your mother on that, but would you agree, though, that when someone calls someone a son of a bitch, it's not necessarily a statement of fact, it's more a statement of opinion or description of a person?" Walters agreed, seemingly proving Osborne's point.
Dude, it's so good. I'm telling you, man, court, funniest thing to have ever existed. So much better than stand-up.
Do you think it's like a crapshoot if you go just watch the public hearings? Like,
I've always said this about court. I think that they should change the emblem from that Lady Justice with the blind scales and replace it with this international symbol of theatre, which is that laughing mask and that sad mask.
Yeah.
That's court.
Osborne brought up another point about Afroman saying he had sex with his wife. Osborne says, quote, "So does that paint you in a false light in regards to his wife cheating?" End quote. Walter says, quote, "Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman," end quote. Osborne says, quote, "But we all know that's not true, correct?" End quote. Walter says, quote, "I don't know." End quote.
What? So he's got doubts
Osborne,
after being cross-examined by his own lawyer.
Osborne says, quote, "But you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not." End quote. Walters Walters replies, quote, "You want to go there?" End quote. Osborne says, quote, "No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know." End quote. Walters replies, quote, "I've been with that woman since middle school. I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there and it's a problem." End
Oh,
quote.
okay. I thought that he actually...
No, I think
she was having an affair.
No,
huh?
I don't know if she was having an affair, but like I don't think Walters knows if she was having an affair, right?
With Afroman.
Yeah, Kira, if you're gonna talk in the mic, come in.
No affair.
No affair.
No affair.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, Kira doesn't know. So
So we're back to
square root.
possibly had an affair with Afroman because he said it in a rap.
It's a compelling case.
It's a compelling case.
I'm gonna.
I mean, why would he put it in there if it's
I mean,
not
I
true?
feel like if
As is Jackson's opinion on rap.
Walter, exactly. It is the pathway to truth.
It's the poetry of the streets.
Walters, the guy, the officer, doesn't seem sure. I feel like if you were sure that your wife wasn't fucking cheating on you with the guy, you would say that vehemently in the.
Yeah, but it's that kind of actually quite an intimidating court setting to have someone in your face saying, "And you're sure that Afroman has never cheated on you? But sure, have you been looking at your wife this entire time? Do you think that there might have been a moment where you possibly left the room and Afroman jumped through the window and fucked your wife? Is that possible?
Is it possible at all that we've all fucked your wife?
Are you sure that I haven't fucked your wife, Mr. Osborne?" It's like, why are you asking me this? You're supposed to be my lawyer.
Can I fuck your wife?
Yeah.
Another deputy.
Would you be opposed to me fucking your wife, Mr. Osborne? and why would that be? Keep in mind, you're under oath, sure.
Another deputy who we haven't talked about much is Sean Grooms, who had split with his wife Rhonda in between the raid and the trial. Rhonda was Afroman's only defense witness.
Jesus.
The video of her on trial is pretty hilarious and worth the watch. Essentially, she does not believe anything is wrong with Afroman's video, Lemon Pound Cake, noting nothing about this whole event has affected her life. And although Sean Grooms alluded to her testimony as being influenced by their relationship coming to a bitter end, she said it had nothing to do with him. When she's cross-examined, the first question she is asked is, quote, "You never sought a protection order against your husband, did you?" End quote. And baffled, she replies, quote, "Yes, I did." End quote. Which seems to be Noose the attorney.
Fuck.
Going off body language.
Jesus.
Going off body language and the way she speaks, Rhonda seems very annoyed that she has to be there and bitter to her ex-husband and Case in general.
Jesus.
She liked that one. Afroman took the stand on the second day of the trial, expressing that he had the right to be upset about the raid and to criticize it and the people who organized and ran it. His other main point was that his job as a comedic rapper and performer constituted that he acted this way and actually would likely cause people to not take what he said seriously, as no one takes what he says seriously, given any reasonable person would expect someone like him to joke
Imagine
around.
if that is your defense. I'm not to be taken seriously as a man. And I suppose, like, man,
That's you.
Just look at Afroman for a second. Should you take that man seriously?
Again, he is right. Any reasonable person would expect someone like him to joke around and not be serious, of course.
Yeah, true.
A compelling argument that Officer Poundcake and Lickum Low Lisa vehemently disagreed with. Chapter 5, the verdict.
Come on, Exhibit A, look at that. Look at that photo.
Very serious, man. Although it is America and people do broadly take that seriously.
Dressed like that. Yeah, sorry, that's not Afroman, that's his lawyer.
Afroman back here somewhere in the background. The jury ruled entirely in favor of Afroman after only 6 hours of deliberation. Afroman cried and came out of the courthouse yelling, "We did it, America! We did it! Freedom of speech! Right on!" He said after, quote, "It's not only for artists, it's for all Americans. We have freedom of speech. They did me wrong and sued me because I was talking about it. It's for the people, by the people. So when the people can't use their freedom of speech, bring up the problem, address the problem, take care of the problem. Then the problem never gets solved."
What?
End quote. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Okay, that's not profound at all. It's barely English.
It was
Are you sure that your job is to be a rapper? It really feels like you should have a command on the English language for that. He seems to have contradicted himself multiple times in the most important speech of his life. That was his movie moment. And he says, bring up the problem, address the problem, take care of the problem, then the problem never gets solved. And end quote. And this man won. I've got to say, I can see why, like, he, up until that last minute, was thinking about, should I defend myself? And probably opted not to.
My voice kind of sounded to me like sleepy Joe Biden a little bit.
Why?
Certain inflections. I just felt, I thought that it sounded like that.
Bring up the problem. Address the problem. Yeah, that actually, yeah like, you're right. That is something that he would have said as a slip.
I was going to say.
I feel like Afroman isn't suffering from dementia. I feel like that is the peak of his cognitive capacity right there.
Yeah, but my point was you could see Joe Biden saying that.
Oh, yeah. And dressing like that as well.
I wish.
Wouldn't that be great for a president to be walking around like that?
Yeah. Afroman has continued to speak out about what happened to him. He got rich from this. He got wealthy from this. What happened?
Let's never forget.
A comment on one of his videos titled "Brian Newland is a flag." Which, Kira, is that what I think it is? Like, he's calling Brian Newland a homosexual in a very clever way?
Or is he saying red flag?
No, I think it's... I'm pretty sure it's what I'm saying because it's the same guy that he talks about diddling little boys.
Yeah.
Sean Diddley Combs.
Yeah, he says, the chorus goes like this: "I pledge allegiance to the flag. Brian Newland is a flag. He used to play with little toys. Now he plays with little boys." So I would assume that he's using flag as a homosexual insult. But yes, in this video titled "Brian Newland is a flag," the comment sums the event succinctly. Quote, "Afroman vs. Adams County is the story everyone needs to hear right now." Afroman replied, quote, "This is the best time of my life," end quote. For a man who believed he had peaked some 20 years earlier, Afroman was once again on top. Long may he reign.
Wow. What a surprisingly sad way to end.
Why is that sad? He's
Because
happy.
it's just like he was a one-hit wonder. Then for 20 years, nothing happened,
And then,
and then
then he
he
got
made
wrong
a bunch of
somehow.
jokes.
Yeah, he made
yeah, and then got rich off it.
Yeah, well, rich. I don't know how rich he actually is.
Yeah, I wonder how rich he did get.
No clue. Kira, do you know?
I
Don't
don't
stop
know,
recording.
but he made
No.
albums and music videos and things like that. So.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, he was in a better position now than he was
Financially, yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah. Then again, those door repairs must have eaten into his profit.
All right. Well, a tax deduction, though.
And, you know, some things you can't replace, like that pound cake.
All right, that's going to do it for Red Thread. Buy tickets to Jordan's shows. That's why we're in this prostitution
Wherever you
parlor.
are.
If you're in Australia, yeah, have a look at his website. There's shows.
And we'll talk to yous later.
All right. Bye.